Hi, good morning everyone. It's Taylor here with BreakOut Studios live online videos. We're getting ready for some pointe technique this morning. So I'm gonna get some music playing, give yourself time to get your shoes on, get all warmed up, stretched out. I gotta get my shoes on as well. So we'll get going here probably in about like 2 to 3 minutes, however long it takes me to get my shoes on. There we go. So, while I'm finishing tying these shoes, just a little bit about our class today. We got a lot of new and different combinations. We have a lot of A shape since we didn't really do that last week. We focused on different things last week, so we'll get to some lots of A shape today. We also have some dégagés, both on flat and on pointe, to really work on articulating, brushing through the pointe shoe on flat, but also having ankle strength as we're doing those dégagés on pointe as well. We'll have a few combinations where you'll have the opportunity to just do one hand on the bar, and I'll always give modifications to keep it either 2 hands on the bar facing the bar or 1 hand on the bar as well. So you'll have modifications and options for that. Alright, so with that said, we will get going. I hope everyone's enjoying the nice cooler weather. I think the high is supposed to be 60 tomorrow and the lows like in the 30s or 40s, which is so awesome. So we'll start with our usual warm-up, facing the bar, and a nice little parallel action. We'll have our 8 prances, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Then we have our rollers, plie, the heels peel up and stretch and lower down, reverse up and over, plie, turn out to first. And then in first and second, a little different action, demi and a pointe and a demi, back down, demi, press over, demi and down. Other side, demi and a pointe and a demi, back down, demi, press over, demi and down. Then our rollers over those arches, trying to lead the heels up and forward as you straighten the knees, lower down straight, press the floor away, over, plie, and stretch, roll through again, and reverse the roll through, tendu to second. Same thing in second as we did in first, demi push, demi down, demi push over with 2 bent knees, other side, push over, roll through, reverse, roll through, reverse, and then we'll just stretch it out in a nice calf stretch to finish off the music. And feel free to do whatever little stretch you want to add to our calf stretch on either side. Roll out the ankles, kind of do what you need to do for the last little piece of that music. All right, here we go, warming up those shoes, or the feet, and working through the metatarsals and that toe pushing action to really get that nice and engaged here. So let's do from a first position, we'll have tendu, demi-push, plie, releve, just the toes, plie, tendu, side, demi-push, plie, releve, just the toes, plie, to the back, demi-push, careful not to sickle, we want that heel to come down, plie, releve, just the toes, plie, releve, lower straight, press up, lower straight, press up, lower straight, plie, and then we start to the left. And the left is a little bit different, so same tendu action, tendu, demi-push, plie, 3 springing releves, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, plie, to the side, and a push, plie, and an up, and up, and up, plie, to the back, demi push, plie, and an up, up, plie, releve, lower straight, and up, lower straight, and up, lower straight, plie, and finish. Yeah, so same tendu action. We have tendu, demi push, plie, releve, just the toes, plie. Same thing side and back, plie, releve, just the toes, plie, releve, and lower, and press, and lower, and press, lower, plie, and stretch. And then just do the last same tendus, tendu, demi push, plie, releve, 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 plie. Same thing side and back, and then we have our plie, releve, lower straight, press up, lower straight, press up, lower straight, plie, and finish. Yes. So really working on that beginning part with that toe action. Again, trying to keep the same height of the heels and the head, not doing a demi and press, just the toes. When I break through the toes, I almost try to make my arch, where my ribbons are, my arch, press further past my ribbons. So as my toes are dropping, my arch is pressing even more out to the side, and then I press through the toes and extend the arch even more. So lots of foot strength here. All right, and on all these plie releves, making sure that we're not doing a little, make sure our hips aren't going back for the plies, and we're not pushing them forward, letting our ribs splay out for the releves. All right, here we go, right and left, and tendu, demi push, plie, releve, just the toes, to the side, demi push, plie, and up, plie, to the back, push, plie, up, just the toes, plie, releve, lower straight, press, resist, plie, and stretch. To the left, a little different, 3 releves, and spring, up, plie, side, plie, keep the hips right under the shoulders, to the back, plie, up, press up, lower, plie, and stretch. Good. Nice. So, we won't do that one again, but try these consecutive releves one more time just for a minute. And really make sure that those shoulders stay right over the hips. We don't want the ribs to go back. Our ribs are closed, but our shoulders and chest is open in opposition. Another thing when we come down, even though these are fast releves, we never want to plop down. We always want to imagine, I don't know if you guys have had Miss Chico at Ballet Tucson, but she always told us to imagine oranges underneath our heels. And when we come down, we want to squeeze all the juice out of those oranges. So we never want to plop down, but as we come down, even if they're fast, we still have that little resisting motion. And in order to achieve that, we really need to engage the backs of our legs really high up in our hamstring there. So just take a few little consecutive releves on your own time and really feel the backs of the legs engaged as you resist down and as you come up, keeping those shoulders right over the hips the entire time. And that'll make it much easier when we come to center without the bar. All right. Let's see. We have 2 échappé combinations. Let's do one now and then separate it with something else in between. And then we'll go back to our échappé. So, do, I forgot the tag that I did with it. So some dégagés here. We'll have, so 4 dégagés and then 2 échappés. 1, 2, 3, plie, 4, échappé in 4th, échappé 2nd. And 1, 2, 3, 4, échappé, échappé to the back. And 1, 2, 3, 4, échappé, 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 sous, plie, and 4 dégagés, échappé 4th, échappé 2nd, and 4 dégagés, 2nd and 2nd to the back, 4 dégagés, échappé, échappé, 3 more échappés, 1, 2, 3, plie, sous, and down. And that sous is definitely a scoop up, toes meet right underneath your plumb line, and the toes slide back out equally, so we're back down to 5th, not a 1 up and 1 down motion. Yeah, so just like in flat shoes with these dégagés, we're really brushing that full point shoe, that full shake of the shoe against the floor and not keeping the foot gripped as we do these dégagés, really feeling just like you have your flat shoes on. And then for these échappés in 4th and 2nd, both feet hit that out at the same exact time. So not a 1-2 motion, but a together, 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 together. In 4th, I think the hardest part is closing both feet in 5th at the same time. It's really tempting to kind of have a 1-2 action, and we want to have 1 and 1. All right, here we go. So 4 dégagés, plie, 4th plie, 2nd plie, and 4 dégagés, plie, out, plie, 4 dégagés, shoulders under hips, out, shoulders under hips, out, plie, 3 more échappés, 3 plie, sous, and down. Really keeping those shoulders right under the hips for all the plie échappés. All right. I think I did this music. Let's just listen to it together. 2, 3, plie, and 4th, and 2nd. All right, here we go. Right and left right away. And 4 dégagés. 1, 2, 3, plie, and 4th, 2nd, and 4th. Échappé, échappé to the back. 4, resist on that plie. Out, out. 3 more échappés. 1, 2, 3. Sous to the left. 4, plie. Out, out. 4, plie. Out. 4, out. 3 more space. 1 sous, and finish. All right. Whew. There we go. That was a little cardio. I don't know about you, but it was for me. I was gonna say something and I totally forget what it is now. Oh, so as we go throughout the bar, really making sure that we're never gripping the bar. And by gripping, I even mean, I don't like, especially for point class, to have my fingers curl under the bar, even if it's a light grip. I don't like this motion. I like to kind of have a flat, using my palm against the bar, because not only if we start gripping, our elbows tend to come up, that makes our shoulders come up, and then we're hunched forward, and then we're not doing ourselves any service and we start to come off the bar. So if we think about pressing the bar down, not using it as a crutch, but pressing down against the bar, not only does that help us keep our chest open, but it also even activates a little bit of our lat muscles. So we're really thinking of that opposition, pressing up and pressing down there on the bar. Not, using it as a crutch, but really thinking of that flat, like if someone were to hold out their hands and you're just placing your flat palms against their hands, not this motion. So now, here's one where we can do with one arm on the bar, one hand on the bar, if you feel so confident. And I would say to do one hand on the bar if you're used to doing exercises in center in your pointe shoes. This would be a good time to use one hand on the bar. If you've never done center in pointe shoes before, then I recommend keeping two hands on the bar for this one. So it'll be the same combination. There's a little pause in between the music for the people with one hand on the bar. Just scoot you around to the other side, and then the people facing the bar will just hold that susu nicely, staying facing the bar. So I'll show it with one hand facing the bar and do what works best for you. So we'll have 7 and 8, and a 1 and a 2, scoop up, and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, and a 1 and a 2, scoop up, and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, 1 and a 2, scoop up, and a 1 and a 2 and a 3, 4, passe, and down, passe, and down. There's a slight pause in the music for us people to do a little soutenu around, and then plie, and then you're ready to start to the left. My people facing the bar, we have a passe, down, just hold that susu, and then you're ready to go to the left side. Yes? So, our arm does the same. If you have one hand on the bar, we're going to use that full port de bras for these two fondue slide outs up to susu, and the arm comes down to a second, using those lat muscles to press down as your body grows taller for those 4 dégagés. So one more time. 1 and a 2, press up, and a 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4, 1 and a 2, press up. Inner thighs locked together here, and a 1 and a 2, and a 3 and a 4, 1 and a 2, press up, and a 1 and a 2, 3, 4. Now here, as we do passes, really think about opposition and stretch. As our leg comes up, my supporting leg is drilling a hole down. Passe, susu, passe, susu. A little change, susu to the other side, or just balance. And then we'll finish. Yes? All right. Here we go. So I'll do it one hand facing the bar, but no, you're more than welcome to keep 2 hands on the bar and just forget about the port de bras facing the bar there. So same thing, imagining that little orange. As we're in susu, we're squeezing the juice out of the orange, keeping the weight over the ball of the foot, not coming out towards the heel as we slide out, and really supporting, strengthening that supporting leg as we do these dégagés, growing up and lifting taller, not sinking into the shoe, but lifting up out of the pointe shoe, especially if you have dead shoes or really archy feet, which I'm jealous of. All right, here we go. Let me just see if this is the right music first. They're all named so similarly. Yeah, okay. Here we go. And slide out, susu. 1, 2, 3, 4. Resist, susu. 1, 2, have time to get there. So find a little susu balance. We'll do right and left together. Feel those inner thighs like gears locked and churning against each other. And our ribs are closed, but we have a broad chest, shoulders open, space between that shoulder blade and the collarbone. And feel that balance. Arms in first. If you feel daring, you can take the arms up to fifth high. Really lengthen that spine. Keep those inner thighs working against each other. And plie. And let's try a susu balance on the other side. So, same thing. Starting from the ground up, those inner thighs locked, pressing up together. Lower abdominal pressing up so we feel that length in that lower spine. Ribs close, but a broad chest and shoulders. Feeling the lats and the backs engaged from the arms. Glutes engaged. If you feel daring, you can lift the arms up to fifth high. And a little lengthen. And we'll finish. All right, good. All right, so now we'll take another échappé combination. Let me jog my memory. Okay, so this one, I'll have another modification because this échappé combination has a little échappé plie coupe change. If you don't feel comfortable doing a little coupe change, I'll give you another little option that you can do as well. But the beginning part and the timing of it will all be the same. So we have plie. Échappé, plie, releve, plie, releve. Don't change, échappé, change. Échappé, plie, up. Don't change, échappé, change. Échappé, don't change, coupe. Change, échappé, don't change, coupe. Change, échappé, don't change, coupe. Passe, susu, plie. Then we go to the left side. Échappé, plie, releve. Releve, don't change, échappé, change. Échappé, plie, releve. Releve, don't change, échappé, change. Échappé, don't change, coupe, change. Don't change, coupe, change. Échappé, don't change, coupe. Passe, susu. And finish. If that coupe change is a little too much for you, then we'll do, I'll just go over from the beginning again. So same beginning. Échappé, plie, releve, plie, releve, plie, échappé, change. Out, plie, releve, plie. Don't change, change. Échappé, change, susu. Échappé, change, susu. Échappé, change, susu. And hold, plie. And then I think that should get us on to the other side. I think so. Yeah, that'll get us on to the other side. Yeah, so two options. Either that coupe change, susu change. If you're really feeling adventurous, feel free to make that coupe change a passe change. And the last passe, just a passe, little hold, test your balance and come down. So do whatever feels right for you in your pointe journey. And remember that first échappé doesn't change, and then the next échappé will change. All right, so here we go. Oh, where'd it go? Okay. And plie, échappé, plie, releve, releve, don't change, and change. Out, plie, releve, don't change, change, échappé, don't change, coupe. Échappé, don't change, coupe. Échappé, don't change, coupe. Passe. Susu, other side. Out, up, up, finish. Well, that was a short pay combination. All right. My goodness. I don't know if it's my body today or these combinations, but I'm feeling the cardio. Well, hopefully on that one you really felt able to keep those shoulders right under the hips for all those plie relevés actions happening there. All right. We have one more combination at our bar. Yeah, one more combination there at the bar. So this one, again, we'll have one arm on the bar. We're going to do a little adagio. If the one hand on the bar, again, is too much, feel free to take this one facing the bar. We're going to have a little développé front. So if something's kind of in your way, you can either do one to the side or just a little kind of pas de cheval action to the front instead if you are facing the bar. So I'll show it with one hand on the bar first and then kind of our modification facing the bar. So, yes, let's do it this way. Okay, 7 and 8. We just have plie and stretch and plie. Su, su, and this is a working leg meets the supporting leg, su, su, not a scoop. Plie and a stretch, plie, su, su, développé, 6, 7, 8, plie, stretch, plie, su, su, développé, to the side, 7, 8, plie, stretch, plie, su, su, développé, 6, 7, 8. What is something different? Oh, I remember what I did. Okay, that's right. So we did a little développé to the back on point. 5, 6, 7, su, su, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, pas de bourrée, 6, 7, 8. Other side, plie and stretch. And I'll show the other side facing the bar. So, facing the bar, we'll have plie and a stretch, plie, su, su, little pas de cheval, and 7 and 8, plie and stretch, plie, su, su, développé, as high as you want, lower, high, su, su, plie and a stretch, plie. Our working leg meets the supporting leg for that su, su, développé, 6, 7, 8, passé, and fondu, pas de bourrée, 6, 7, 8. Plie 1, stretch 2, plie 3, su, su 4, développé, 6, as high or low as you want. Plie, yeah, so these développés can be a nice high Russian développé, or it can be a nice low little pas de cheval, whatever you want to. But really make sure that we keep that hip over that standing toe, even a little bit more over it. So we never want to come out here, especially when we start to the side. We don't want to let that foot reach us off our point shoe on flat. Sometimes we can cheat it because we have a wider surface area, but on that point shoe, we're farther over and we have a much smaller surface area, so we really need to keep that hip anchored over that standing toe, even as we're extending energy out to the side or out to the back. Those are going to be the hard ones to stay locked over our standing leg. All right, here we go. So facing the bar, our one hand on the bar, front, side, back, and we have that passé, fondu, pas de bourrée, and we'll finish there. All right, here we go. Okay, that's right. And plie 1 and stretch, plie, su, su, développé front, su, su, squeeze those inner thighs, plie, stretch, plie, su, su, développé side, But just something to think about for later when we have those combinations where we're up on point for a long time. We saw it in our dégagés, we saw it here for the développé. Be really careful not to just sink and perch inside the shoe, especially when our shoes are shaped and maybe done enough that we can kind of get over that box. We don't have to work as hard to get over the box, where you have very nice feet. Be very careful not to just kind of sit in that shoe as we're working. Every opportunity in that shoe is an opportunity to pull up and out of that shoe. Not only does it make it stronger, but it's also gonna prevent any foot strains in that arch there. So we're gonna come center, just do a little tendu action, and then we will be done with our class. So find a spot in the center. Let me find my music as well. I wonder if... keeping the legs straight. So 7 arms in third. Tendu, lower, straight, press, in, tendu, in, straight, tendu, plie, to the side, lower, straight, press the floor away without leaning, close back, 1, in, straight, and 1, plie, other arm in third, tendu, lower, straight, press the floor away, in, 1, straight, 1, plie, and side, lower, press, again, side, lower, press, other side, down, lower, straight. Really think of making sure that when we lower the foot, that we don't let the heel drop back and then press up. We want to get the toes back and press the heel forward so that we're in a nice fourth position, really. And as we press up, we're going to articulate through the shoe, but keeping that heel pressing forward so that we don't have this or we don't have this happen. Yeah. So 1 and press and push, close, 1 straight, 1 plie, to the side, press, lengthen, push, close, 1 in, 1 plie, to the back, lower, and careful not to send the heel back, keeping that heel like we did with the toes. Now we lower the heel forward, push, in, 1 straight, 1 plie, side, straight, push, side, straight, push, and in. Yes, to the side and back. Really make sure that we don't let the ribs open up. Keeping those ribs closed, but shoulders broad. To the side and the back is the tricky one to not let this happen. All right, here we go, right and left together. Our last thing, and tendu, lower heel forward, press, in, 1 tendu straight, 1 plie, to the side, ribs closed, press, close, 1, in, to the back, lower straight, ribs closed, arm in front of you, plie, side different, lower straight 2 times, and ready to the left, 1, lower time too when I start getting quieter and quieter. All right, we are done. We made it. Thank you for getting through all those échappé combination, all those dégagés. Have a nice rest of your week, and I'll see you next weekend. Bye everyone, thank you.